Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to my photo editing live stream where I edit your photos using Olympus Workspace or sometimes Lightroom. And also I put my photo out there for you guys to edit. It's always fun seeing what you guys do and seeing all the different ideas you guys have on the same picture. And I always try to pick pictures that are a little challenging to edit. Um, just as kind of revenge for all the ones you guys send me. No, I'm just kidding. But definitely, I don't get the low-hanging fruit, like pick one that's super easy to edit. I pick ones that are somewhat challenging because they were challenging for me to figure out what to do with them. And a lot of times I don't even edit them because I just look at it and I'm like, it's kind of an okay picture, but I don't know what to do with it. So I learn a lot from all of you as well. And I really appreciate you taking the time to edit my photo. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. God, I didn't set up my screens yet. Let me do that real quick and open up Workspace. But I did download all the images in the couple minutes between the streams. That last stream went longer than I was planning. But it didn't help that I started that one late on top of that. All right, so that's that. And make that a little larger so I can read it. All right, we have a nice small group here. Bob and Randy, John Yutze, good to see you. Bob Titchmarsh. And let's see, Paul Celaroo. Wow, it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'd like to start sooner. I have to get things done during the day. So the Sunday, Tuesday streams are probably a better time slot for you if those days work. And Lauren says, just a heads up, Sammy is running a no tax. Yeah. So Sammy's in California. I don't know what their website is exactly. You sent me a link to it, but they're doing no sales tax and 3% rebate. Oh, wow. I'll have to look at that. Of course, I'm not purchasing anything. I just don't need anything right now. Although there's a lot of tempting deals out there, right, for Black Friday. Maybe a memory card or something. I don't know. Almost sundown in California. Yeah, this is good for people west of me, right? People east of me, you have to cross the Atlantic Ocean and then you're in a whole different time zone, like 4 or 5 hours out before anybody awake. Or, you know what I mean? It's like, because I'm on the East Coast, so everybody east of me is across the Atlantic. So it's a tough time slot. This is a tough time slot for you guys, and I appreciate it that you're here if that's the case. But okay. Wiley, hello. Wow. Yeah, I rarely see you in the live streams, if ever, come to think of it. But it's good to know you watch after the fact. Okay, let me get a little cottonmouth problem solved here. And let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first up is Randy. And wow, we have a F1 car, man. Those things are amazing, right? They run at like 10,000 RPMs and everything like that. The engines are crazy. Where's my timer? All right. Man, this image is pretty much, God, I can't believe this is a raw image. It's really clean, just straight out of camera. Wow, what can we do with this for fun? Oh, a Jaguar. I used to have a Jaguar back in the day. I love that thing. I had an XJS 70, I forget what year it was. I think it was a 78 XJS V12. Man, I love that car. It was a headache constantly repairing it. But anyhow, let's see. Oh, Ed Krisiak is here too. How are you, Ed? Good to see you. Good to see you, Ed. Walter and I went out on a photo walk. I don't know if I think he tagged you on Facebook or something for some images from our photo walk on Saturday, or from this week in Ellicott City. That was fun. So let's see, you chose I Enhance. So there's already some processing here. But let's just do a wide shot. Sorry, I was jibber jabbering a bit there. Wow, it's a little tight on the left side though, isn't it? But we'll try and save it. We'll just balance out the shot a little bit. And let's throw in a vignette like so. And let's pull in, what camera? Oh, Bob always likes to see the exit day. I mean, everybody does. Wow, used your old Olympus E5 with a 12-60. Interesting. That's an old 4/3 camera, isn't it? At f3.7, 120. Wow, it's a bright, obviously, right? It's very bright out. Okay, good. Let's add a little clarity. Let me punch in here. I want to punch in some of the, wow, look at this histogram. It's really compressed, but let's brighten that up a little bit right there. Oh, this cone? Yeah, you're right, Lauren. John Follows, how are you? Man, I think really that's about all I need to do. If there's any way to get that cone out, let me see. Let me punch in a little bit. See if I can get that cone out. So I'm going to pick, I can go a little smaller. Let's try that. It's going to look funny because there's a line here. This is going to be tough. Blur. Too much blur. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it. It'd be a lot easier in Lightroom, so that might be something you might want to consider, Randy. But I think that's it. A slight tilt, it seems, would be in order to, just to get this line straight, maybe. So, right there. And that's it, really. So there's the before and after. Didn't need much. Maybe pull the vignette back off. I'm not crazy about the vignette anymore, but it's mainly about the contrast and compressing the histogram a bit. Man, this is a really cool shot. Really cool. That's a nice one, Randy. Let's see what we got here. This is from Bob. Little wind power turbine, a little bit of a juxtaposition here, right? Of power lines and then this wind turbine. So this power line is probably for power from a coal generating type power plant, and then you have a wind turbine trying to feed into it. Let's see. It's an Indy car from the 80s. Wow. Okay, this one is, this image here, I don't like these twigs here on the right. Those would be relatively easy to brush out if I wanted to. And there's a little bit of rolling shutter effect because this blade must have been turning when you took the picture, because this looks bent here. Let's see your EXIF data. EM1 Mark II with a 14 to 54. 54 millimeters f 7.1, 1/125th. Yep, all good settings. So no changes there. Not much color though. Let me see if I can bring any cloud information back. Yeah, you caught the blade at exactly the right place, right? That's true. Oh, the blade tips are curved. Okay. So it's not rolling shutter. Because the blade would have had to been turning really fast. If you were using mechanical shutter and still got rolling shutter on it. Yeah. Let me go to black and white because there's just not enough color here for me to mess with. So I'm going to do that. And then I don't need a filter because there's no colors in it. And this hill, I always hate taking shots of things on a hill because they always look crooked no matter what you do. Because I'm sure this shot is perfectly level. It's just because it's on a hill, it looks crooked. I mean, if I tilt it a little bit, maybe that's just worse. But I'll tilt it a little bit. Now let's work with the tone curve and see if we can Are you serious, Rick? You own some F1 cars? That's amazing. You always surprise me, Rick, with your history and your stories that you used to email me a lot more in the past and tell me all these stories. I was always impressed with your life. I'm going to bring the shadows up. Maybe, let me try this again. Let's bring the shadows up. We'll do sort of a softer black and white. Okay. I don't think cropping will make much difference, but I'd like a little less. Let me see what a square crop looks like. If I can crop out that ground so we don't have to worry about how crooked it looks. A little bit off the top and get rid of some of that. A little more balance this way. Of course, seeing the ground is kind of nice too. Let me go back to a 4x3 and just crop in this way. And try and balance it some. Let's see if that works. No, we got to have the ground in there. And then I'll stop. But maybe not so much. And just balance. Yeah, we'll center this right there. Okay. Let's call it there. I need to balance it a little bit more, sorry. There. Now I'm done. There we go. So last but not least, I might brush out this one little bit here on the right. Since I don't have too many shots today, I'll just take a second to brush that out. Let me little bigger brush. What the heck? Why is that so dark? That should not be that dark. Well, it's not brushing out, but there you go. All right, let me move on. That's the before and after. I think that looks pretty good. I don't know why my brushing was all screwed up. It's just workspace. That's just the way it is. But it's just black and white and then balancing out, you know, the space around it. That's all. Not too hard. Okay. Let's see. This is from Randy Schrar. Wow, that's a new name. That's cool. This is a really cool shot. Look at how all these houses are just kind of stacked up on this hill. So I assume the view from these houses is amazing. Otherwise, they wouldn't build all the houses right on this hill like that. Right? That makes sense, right? I like everything in this shot. Let me look at the EXIF real quick. EM10 Mark III with a 40 to 150 kit lens, 40 millimeters f13. That's a little high. You could have probably done this at f8 or f5.6 and used a faster shutter speed. Because what focal length are you at? 40 millimeters? I think you're okay on the shutter speed, but this aperture is too high. And then you spot metered for some reason, but that's fine. Okay. Their view is the back of the supermarket. Well, true that, but I'm going to assume there's more to it than that. You're funny. But yeah, this is interesting. Okay, so I wasted 2.5 minutes just admiring this picture. What would I do with this, photographically speaking? I definitely want to keep the colors. Do I have any? Yeah, pop art's a little bit too strong. But I kind of like the effect a little bit. So let me just warm it up slightly. And oh, this is a JPEG too, so some of this has been baked in. And then I'm going to crank up the saturation a little more, but I'm going to pull back on the blues here. Just about a -2. And let's see if we have any other settings here not right. Maybe just a little bit sharper. And I need to straighten a little bit. So there's a little bit of curve, but it's just a tiny bit. It might be a parallax error, like a keystoning error, but let's see. I think that'll do. It's still a tiny bit off, but that's okay. Yeah, that's looking good now. You know, with the JPEG, I'm going to get some blotchiness up here because of the changes I made in the color, I think. Let me turn this off and see if that... Yeah. I'm not able to smoothly adjust these blues, but I do want to desaturate these. Um, let me turn this down just a bit. Let's see. I'm still getting some blotchiness. Uh, yeah, so if I had a raw image, I wouldn't get this blotchiness up here in the blue skies, but all right, let's call it here. I think composition-wise, we do have a good balance here. Let me just check the center. Maybe come in just a tiny bit. Let's go 16 by 9. Just come in a little bit, just to balance out. A little bit there. All right, let's do it before and after. I kind of like the shot when it was wider, but I wanted to center this word here, Spencer's Fresh Market, into the image and center the housing, and then of course crank up the saturation. And that's about all I can do with the JPEG. If I start messing with the tone curves and everything, it's really going to get messy. And then I warmed it up a little bit because it was a little bit too cool on the left side. All right, that's a really interesting shot though. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, thank you, Paul. You like these? Huge smokestacks right near the bay. Nice. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about something else. Wow, this is cool, John. Nice little street photo. Looks like a Panasonic G5. 120. This must be a pocket camera of some kind. F5.8. Cool. Okay, these look like good settings. It's just a hair soft. So let me look at the EXIF again. I'm going to add in. Let me add in the size. So 46. So this is the full resolution. This is a neat shot, but oh, where's my timer? Let me think about this composition a second. I don't think a wide shot is the right way to go with this. Because these doors have so much presence in this shot with this guy here. Normally you put a person in to kind of give everything else scale, right? When you're doing shots like this. I don't think we need the person to be that small in the frame, because it doesn't really add much scale to the overall image to my eye. So I'm going to go, I'm thinking maybe a vertical and just come in a little bit tighter. And throw him there and just keep the doors in the shot. And a slight tilt. No, it's pretty straight, but let me, yeah, I like this a little better. And then what's he got on his hand? Let's throw in about a 5 on the sharpening. Oh, you like the walls and the balance was right? I didn't, yeah, this looks off now because this wall looks kind of awkward in the scene. I don't know. I gotta come in a little tighter though. And Maybe the original was fine. Let's come in 16 by 9 then and pull off a little bit there. All right, I'm going to go with that. I got to crop something. Something's not right. A little bit more street. Okay. All right. All right, let's, I only got a minute left. Let's add some clarity. Let's warm it up a tiny bit. And let's just compress a little bit here. Push a little bit right there. And let's add a little bit of saturation. Can I pull off some too? Yeah. So maybe I'll just do it here. Since this is a JPEG, but I want a little more red and a little stronger green. Right in here, and the yellows and the oranges. And just a little bit less blue for this guy in here. And a little bit of luminance on the oranges and reds. That should make the guy stand out a little bit more. Okay. All right, that looks good to me. Quick 4-minute edit. There's the before and after. So yeah, the tighter crop works better, I think. So we still have all the elements that made this picture interesting. And the only thing that was bugging me was this bright light down here coming into the scene. So I just cut that out and contrast and a little bit of color. I'd like a little more green in the shot. Where's my... Let me see if I can just really exaggerate the greens. But okay, yeah, I think that works. John Yutze, so you think you went with a 3x2? Interesting. Yeah, that's a 3x2, the original. Oh, you sent the JPEG anyway, so just a little tighter for me works. But anyway, okay, let's move on. That's a great shot, though. Very contemplative. You don't like the guy's pants? Okay. What do we have here? This is from Ian. This is some, oops. This little hobbit thing. Little hobbit house. I've seen this house before. Not this picture, but a picture of this house before, I think. Hobbit land. Okay, yeah. This is like an actual place, right? But we're going to crop out the umbrella here. It looks like, yeah. So let's stay 4x3 first. Just crop in a little bit. Okay, that's already better. It needs to be straight though, I think. Maybe this hobbit house is just crooked anyway. Because these legs are straight here. This fence post, I want this fence post to be straight. This one, it's pretty straight actually. It just looks crooked, but let me give it a little more. So we're here, here, here. All right, close enough. This house is all wonky anyway. All right, now for editing, yeah, I like this little house up in the corner, but I chopped off this chimney a little bit. Let me come up a little higher. Does this umbrella still kind of protrude a little bit? I don't know if I can brush that out a little bit. I'm going to try one more time. This brush tool has not been my friend today. All right. Let's make this a little bit dark. Either dark or soft pop art. A soft filter. I kind of like the dark, but it's a little too bright up here. Let's see what soft focus does. Maybe because this is bright up in the corner, I either need to crop it out or go a little soft. I think I'm going to try this one, but let me look at the crop again. I might just have to live with that. That chimney being cut off. I don't like that though. I like this to be able to see that chimney because that really shows that things are underground. When you see a chimney like this, all right, come on, workspace, render that so I can see what's happening. I need more than 4 minutes. If workspace is going to take this long to render something, ah, come on. Let me look at this. I know I'm out of time, but it's not my fault. It's workspace's fault. I might have to go back to a soft focus, but let me work with this edit real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with a soft focus. I can't get the lighting the way I want. So let me do that, and definitely add some vignette here. And then let's pull some of these blacks in. And just a little bit of warming. Right there. All right, now I'm done. Okay. I don't want to spend too long on it, but there we go. So let's do a before and after. Okay, so that's my edit. I had to go soft focus. I really wanted to pop the colors more, but I just couldn't. It was too bright on the grass. And since Workspace doesn't have any graduated filters or anything, I had to go with this. So there we go. That came out okay, I think, overall. You need to sell us the Hobbit hole. Yeah, this looks nice. Okay, let's see what else we got here. This is from Peter. Adi sent me a JPEG from an EM10 Mark II with the kit lens of 42 millimeters f9, 1/400th of a second, ISO 400. Yeah, you probably could have shot this like at f5.6. Even I would have even shot this. Yeah, I would have shot this at f5.6, like wide open, and used a lower ISO. But okay. Let's straighten this picture out because it's definitely crooked. Either that or it's got some keystoning errors. Let me just eyeball it. This step and this step. Yeah, there's a little bit of keystoning and it's crooked. So let me straighten up the middle first. This is the middle. So that's pretty close. Do I have any keystoning here? Yeah. So the keystoning, I need to come in this way, I believe. That's too much. All right, then at light. All right, that's good, close enough. And then a slight, let's crop out the guy's feet. That's mildly interesting, but maybe we can save it. What if I do a vertical? Nah, we'll take the feet out. Even though I like the feet, they are kind of interesting. What is she holding? A little dog? Wow, I couldn't even tell. Let me try wide shot again. I just come up there. All right, let's do that. And let's do some gradation to bring out some of the shadows. Good. A little bit more. A little more. And I wonder if, let me try partial color. Let's see if I can get her skin tones in there. If I go one more. Yeah. Let me try number 3. Oops, not that 3. This one. No, that's too strong. This is better. Okay, right here. And then let's play with the tones a little bit. Let's do dehaze first. And definitely about a 4 on the sharpening. Just a tiny bit on the tone curve. And I got a couple seconds. Let me see if I can fix my frickin' keystoning. Let me back this off a little bit. And a slight tilt this way. All right, time's up. I'm not crazy about my crop here. Oops. Let me just come in a little bit tighter. All right, now I'm done. Close enough. Close enough to done. But there's the before and after. And yeah, that looks better. I think the partial color worked here pretty well. Because it really makes her pop against the rest of the scene, right? So if we do that full screen, yeah, now, oh, she got a little tattoo here too. But yeah, I like this. This is a great shot. I like what I did. I like this partial color on this. Maybe a little bit more. A little bit more on the shadows, but okay. Let's go to the next one. Thanks, John. Oh, okay. Let's see. We have one here from John Follows. EM1 Mark II, 12 to 45 Pro, 37 millimeter at 5.6 1/400th ISO 160. Yep, all good shots, all good settings. And this is like the same scene as last time, but now we can see the black sheep and the white sheet. I like this composition. I like how these stones are kind of framing the trees. So I don't think we need all this on the left. So let me see if a square crop will get this right. Not really. Clone the sheep. I did that last week, John. I think we got enough sheep this time. I just need to find the right composition for this scene. If I do completely wide, and these lines, you know, the trees are crooked, so I need to get at least something straight here. Let's try that. All right, that works. And then just vignette the heck out of it. Oh, maybe not that much. Oh, I forgot my timer. All right. And then some gradation. I need to bring up the shadows more. Yeah, damn nature, have a word with God. I know, right? I think the only straight line in nature are crystals. I heard that somewhere. The only straight line in nature occurs in crystals. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounds right. It's one of the, if it's not the only thing straight, it's one of the few things straight in nature, right? Okay, the gradation helped here. And I do like a little, it's already pretty warm, but let's go up to 8,000. And the horizon, but see, there's a pole right here, Randy. And this tree, these two are fairly straight. You know, now they're very straight. That's kind of what I was looking at. When you have something straight in the picture, you can make everything else kind of look okay. Oh, this vignette is killing the image. Let me turn that off. Let me do a vintage. Either that or vintage 1. Keep it warm. Oh my God, that was terrible. I do have some color control. Let me work with the colors a little bit. I want to shift the greens actually a little bit. I want some more reds. Maybe not quite that much. And then make the blues a little bit more teal. And I don't like what I did to the greens there. Maybe make them more green. Okay. I'll do that. I'll turn off this filter. And tiny bit of the haze might help the clouds a little, but they're already kind of clipped. See if I can bring those down like that. Okay. I didn't do much here, but okay, let's compare. Yeah, okay. Whew. I didn't do a great job with the composition, but I like what I did with the colors in the sky. Just make them look a little more blue, teal kind of. And then warmed up the image a bit and the crop, of course. It's okay. It's a very subtle edit. I still feel like there's some composition there that I'm not getting right. Yeah, John thinks the original was better. And Ed, you like the composition the way it was. I mean, square might work too. I kind of like that. And the original, I'm not crazy about the original because there's just too much grass here in the foreground. We got enough grass right here. So I think this crop that I did kind of works, but I kind of like the square crop too. All right, let's move on. Oh, we have a bird. What kind of bird is this? I feel like this is 2 from John. So EM1 Mark II, 40 to 150 Pro with a teleconverter at 210 millimeters, f5.6. So we're wide open at 1/250th, ISO 4000. Yeah. These are tough. These are tough shots because there's not enough light. but you have to keep your shutter speed up. And 1/250, it's just barely cutting it for a small bird like this. This is a tough shot, but that's why bird images are so hard to do, because you have to keep your shutter speed so high. But okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's straighten a little bit. Oh, not that much. Do a square crop. Ugh. We might have to keep the original crop, just come in a little tighter. Right there. And let's work on the sharpness a bit. All right, come on, workspace, render this so I can finish working on that. All right, so let's do that. Let's do about a 1.5 and probably about a 10 here. And then render that. That helps. Okay. Okay. All right. That's enough sharpening. All right. Pop art. And we'll just pull back the reds. Reds are a little bit too strong here. Okay. Add a touch of blues. Pull back this high green. A little bit of vignette. About an 8 or 9. And debating if I really need this jar of peanuts over here or not. Let's just add a low noise filter, and then let's do a comparison here. So that needs to render, but give that a second. Hopefully I was able to bring out a little bit more detail and obviously make the colors pop to some degree. But this is a really awkward shot for this scene, because the bird is really, it's horizontal, right? But if we punch in, you can see I was able to bring back some of the details on the bird. I think it looks a little better now. I mean, I could fine tune this some more, but that's where my focus was on this image. So there's the full image. I think it came out all right. This is a really interesting bird, though. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, last one. Oh, we have a little long exposure here. 1/4 second f/18 14-42 kit lens EM10 Mark III. Yeah, this is good. You did a good job with this, Steve. Yeah, these are tough shots, right? This is when you wish you had an ND filter, but yeah, I think you did a good job considering what you had with you. Oh, seriously, hold on. I get part of these group text conversations that I don't need to be in. Okay. Let me restart this timer. Okay, Rick, good night, man. Hey, thanks for coming in. It's good to see you and Mags again. Yeah, I can look it up. I can look it up, Ed. I mean, I didn't get too many edits today, so it's no big deal. The problem with this is we got all these sticks, and this happens a lot, right? With little streams, it's always like somewhere in the woods where there's all these sticks. Uh, so let me try square crop to minimize that, and let's do a tilt. Just feels crooked. This is a JPEG image, so I'm going to struggle a little bit with the editing, but that's okay. We might be able to do something here. Let's go to a black and white to minimize some of the, I mean, I kind of like the leaves here. Let me see if a pop art brings that out or if it just, yeah, it does, but then, let me try monochrome. I'm a little torn between monochrome and pop art because I like the fall kind of look to this. But I think it makes the scene a bit too busy. So I'm going to go with black and white. And then let me look at the colors again. If I put a filter, I'm going to do a red filter to see if I can darken the greens a little bit. And then that brings out the leaves. Okay. And then let's work with the tone. Oh, let's dehaze it. That'll usually get the job done. And let's whiten up some of the stream. Like so. Blacken out some of it this way. Oh, workspace can, no. No, you can't. Workspace is terrible at exporting TIFFs to Morgan. Technically it can, but I found the TIFFs that it exports are not very good. I don't know why. But they're not very editable, if you know what I mean. Even though they're supposed to be, basically lossless TIFFs. A little more straightening. Okay, I think that's about all I can do with this one. Let me add clarity for the speculars instead. And let me do that, and then we'll call it. So I don't know if I really got the effect that I wanted. I wanted to minimize some of the distractions in the image with black and white, but it's It's still not enough. But waterfalls in general, sometimes they look really good in black and white when the colors aren't there. But it's okay. It's okay. I think a color would have worked just as well. Uh, is anyone shooting waterfalls at high speed? Yeah, James Pops is. He does. Um, okay. Let me grab one more from Ed, I think it was. Um, so I'm going to download this. Download to here. So it looks like you sent two. One's an edit of mine, and then one's a picture of a girl on a horse. All right. There. Oh, that came right up. Let's see. Yeah. She's her expression is very normal, like kind of staring. Um like she's looking at something, but she's kind of glazed over a little bit like me. That would be me holding the flag. But okay. Yeah, what is this? What is all this haze over here? Let me see the EXIF real quick. This is a 40 to 150 f2.8 at 120 millimeters f2.8 1/800th of a second, ISO 800. So your ISO is a little high. I think you could have cut this by 2 stops and got twice, 4 times the shutter speed, but it doesn't really matter with this shot. And the focus is right here. It looks like it's a tiny, it might be all right. It looks like it's just a hair front focused, but we'll just do that. That'll fix it. And we do need a much tighter crop on this. So I'm going to have the flag top left. I don't know if I want her knees. Maybe her knees in there. And let's go a little bit wider. So just right there. Get a little more of the environment. Maybe a little more headroom. Okay. That's kind of there. Needs a slight straightening. All right, that works. That works for me right there. Let's add some dehaze. She broke up with Rob. Oh, the obstruction on the left was a fence post. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense, Ed. Okay, some clarity. I want to see if that'll bring the whites out here a little bit better on the horse. But I don't want to jack up the skin tones and stuff with clarity. Okay, so let's get some, let's work the, whatchamacallit, tone curve a bit. Let's see if that'll bring out some of the colors a little stronger. Okay. That's looking good. Man, she got pink hair? Or did I just mess up the colors that bad? No, I think she has pink hair. Let me tone that off. Oh, you like that crop, Ed? Yeah, I think that crop works. It keeps the environment that she's somewhere, with lots of people, but then, just a rule of thirds crop, nothing special. But I want to bring out the richness of the reds a little bit more. So I have to find the right point in the tone curve. The reds and the browns of the horse. Okay, I think that works. Let's stop there since I'm out of time. Only her hairdresser knows for sure. All right, yeah, I think that works. Yeah, this crop, part of the problem is this big green thing here is really distracting. So I wanted to get rid of that. Although I like the muscles here in the horse's chest, but had to give that up. And I think that works. A little bit heavy on the contrast because I was trying to bring the colors out. So I would tone the contrast back a little bit if I had to do this again. Maybe just do it quick and dirty here. But that's it. Okay. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you. All right, let's look at the viewer edits. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah, thanks, Ed. Oh, yeah, that edit came out okay. So just a quick look at the original image. Here's the original image from a photo walk I did with Walter Rowe. Ed, I think you and Walter kind of got friends going on with Facebook or something, right? But anyway, this is the photo walk in Ellicott City when I went out with Walter Rowe, and I got this shot, and I didn't do a good job composing it or anything. It just, you can see up in the corner here, there's a sign, so I was trying to not get that sign in the picture. But then I wanted to capture more of this red building here for some balance, and then I missed, I don't know. I took another shot of this corner that I think is a little better. Maybe, I can't remember now. But anyhow, let's see what you guys did. I'm sure you guys did great with this. So, all right. Oh, okay. Paul is heading out. Okay. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for coming in. It was good having you in the chat today. Yeah, this is nice. So you chopped out that one building. Where? Oh, am I at the top or not? Yeah, I'm at the top. You chopped out this little red building on the left and just kept this. This is a good black and white. Good job, Antonio. And a nice square crop. Very good. I like this crop. Oh, wow. Really good job with the colors here. Who's this? The Morgan? Excellent. Because, the original image, the colors were so bland, right? Really, really good colors here. Let me pull this up full screen. Yeah, nice. Okay, good. Let's see, this is from Neo. Oh my goodness, Neo. Excuse me. Wow. Pretty, this is, I like the framing. how it kind of cuts in and out. It's all jaggedy up here. And yeah, good job with the colors as always. Neil always does a good job with the colors. Very similar crop though to what everybody else is doing. They got rid of the sign on the right, which was bugging me. Oh, you added some UFOs up here, looks like. Or some birds. You think that one was a mistake? DeMorgan didn't want to send that? It looks good though. Okay. I thought you weren't going to be here, DeMorgan, so I didn't even edit your picture. You told me to save it, right? Yeah. I didn't even edit your picture today because I moved it into this folder. I can edit it. It's in this folder somewhere. But anyway, let's see. This is from Bob. Okay, Bob. This is, so you just got the bar itself. Walter says they have the best hamburgers there. Or someone told him that they have the best hamburgers. Now I'm getting hungry. God, anyway. All right, nice, Bob. Good job with the colors. Really good. I like this yellow you put here against this blue. Okay, I'll do it next time then, DeMorgan. Let's see. The Neos, let's see. This might be, this is from Ed. Okay, Ed. Good job on the colors. Very, very purist kind of take, but a nice crop. You kept a red and blue building, but then cropped out a lot of the mess that was here on the right. But I'm curious why you decided to crop right here. Because the original, where's the original? The original is a lot wider and you cropped all, oh, I see. All of this tree you didn't like. It seems like, okay, I get that. That makes sense. You wanted to get rid of all this busyness up in here. Yeah, I can see that. All right, good. I'm just trying to learn, just like all of you. I'm just trying to learn. You know what your thinking was, so maybe I can think about it when I take the picture next time. And then John Follows said, you know, he didn't want anything on the right side, just this side of the street. That's cool. And it's interesting processing. It's a little bit, it almost looks a little vintage, kind of vintage looking. Okay. Let's see. We have one from Joni. Oh, Joni, this is interesting. Cropped out the red building, cropped out all the mess here in the top right, but then did sort of a partial color, right? Because there's a little bit of yellows and reds still in the image, but everything else got, it looks like maybe you used a brush because there's blue here, but there's no blue up here. So you must have brushed the color back in very carefully, right? Because there shouldn't be, well, no, that's white. My mistake. It just looks blue. That's white. So this is a partial color where you pulled in the yellows, reds, and green, but took out all the blues and threw in sepia. Yeah, this is cool. This is a cool edit, Joni. I like it. Yeah, I like that. All right. And John, you'd say, wow, you made this look like really old. And then the contradiction is we have like these neon sign here. And then you look over here and it feels very old. Like this could have been, you know, 50, 100 years ago. But then over here, this is interesting. Very interesting edit. I like it. And, you know, it's hard to pull off a white vignette like you did here. But it's kind of a mix of a white vignette and a dark vignette at the same time. Look at that. It's like dark here, then it's white, then dark, then white. That's interesting. Hmm. That's an interesting edit. I like it though. Um, and this one is from De Morgan. He just flattened it out. This is really distorted, but now it looks a lot wider. I didn't notice these beams coming out, but I guess that's because it's all distorted now, right? These look really long. Of course, you know, this is driving me nuts because I would never do this. But that's cool. Okay, let's see what else we got. Uh, this is from Randy. Oh, Randy went with a, what do they call this? The line, oh, I forget the name of the art filter. Keyline filter, where it kind of colorizes it, makes it look like a drawing or a cartoon. That's cool. I think this would work really well, like on the menu. Like if this was on the cover of their menu, this would be a great shot. This would be a really great edit. Yeah, cartoony, right? Uh, but yeah, Olympus has, you know, Workspace has that keyline filter. That's what that does. Okay, this is from De Morgan. Okay, De Morgan, this is probably the best one out of the three that I saw. This one looks really good. You know, just a minimal crop and good processing on the color. This has more of a film look to it, I think. Interesting. This feels a lot like film. I don't know why, but it feels like a film shot. That's pretty good. Um, but yeah, this is good, DeMarcin. Thanks. I like that. It's very filmy. I don't know if you're going for that, but that's the impression I get. And this is the return. I'm not getting this. I guess this is sort of a cinematic look, right? This is also from De Morgan. I think, like, if this is supposed to be part of a movie, like this is a cinematic shot from a movie, that works. But this wide stretching is driving me nuts. But that's cool. I get this. It works when you put the black bars in here. This stretch works actually. Now it looks like a screenshot from a movie. Very cinematic kind of colors. Um, oh, why is this here? This is from Lauren. Oh, sorry, Lauren. This was one you wanted me to edit, but I accidentally put it in this folder. Um, honestly, there's not much I would do to this. It's already pretty solid. I don't see anything I would do here. It's already super contrasty and it's cropped in about as tight as you would need to go on a building like this. So, okay, Lauren, sorry about that, but I wouldn't be able to do much with this. You always send really good shots anyway. Uh, yeah, this is a radical edit of my shot. Yeah. Probably what this place will look like in 100 years. Ellicott City. Ellicott City is just, it's really suffering down there. It's hard times. The St. Louis Obispo County building. Okay. It's nice. That's where all the tax dollars are going, right? Wow. Really nice building. Anyway, okay, so another kind of partial color, a little bit of brushing here. I see some light painting here, obviously, and then here. Good. And this sepia works with this color here somehow. Yeah, I think that works. A little bit of light painting. I would have done a little more. I would have done a little more light painting down in the streets here to kind of go with the building, because light usually hits everywhere. But this is a cool edit, I think. I like how they made this color work with the sepia. Marcel Van Cotham, good job. And Serge. This is pretty awesome. This is like Randy's edit in a way. Oh, excuse me. In the sense that they could use this like on the cover of their menu, right? So it's got this, it's got that vibe to it. Like you could use this on the cover of the menu. That's cool. That's a cool edit. And then Bob is saying the light on the building at the back is a bit too odd. Yeah, it's a little bit harsh, a little bit strong here. Yeah, tone that back a little bit. And then maybe brush in a little bit somewhere else. I don't know. I'd have to really spend some time on it. This is not the direction I would go on this image, but I like it because it's very different. The way you made the sepia work with the color. That's a nice, this is perfect right here. And Serge's, yep. Okay, I think that's it. That was the last one. So yeah, wow. Look at how different all the edits are. I mean, some of the crops were similar, but all of the editing was very, very different. In theory, it's in the shade with the sun behind it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's weird, because there's a bright spot in the background, right? Which is kind of like the lighting on this side looks okay, but then this side it's a little bit off. I see where you're going. But yeah, all good stuff. Really cool. Really amazing edits. Everything is so different. I like that. I know Walter, I need to tell Walter to watch this because he was on the same photo walk with me. He'd probably really love to see these edits too. All right, so I'm going to call it here, guys. I think that those were amazing. Hopefully you like some of the edits I did. And I will be back on Sunday. So again, you can, I'm going to put these on my forum so you can look at them again later. If you really liked one and you want to kind of figure out what they did or take some ideas from that, that's a good place to look, or give a compliment, whatever. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to edit my picture, because I always learn a lot by looking at these myself. Eventually it'll sink in, and maybe I can transfer some of that, what I learned, to the edits I do for you guys. But you can always submit your images anytime before the stream. The link is in this stream. It's the same link. The only thing you have to kind of wait for is if the picture that I choose for you guys to edit. But other than that, don't you know, if you've found ones you want me to edit, just send it anytime. But okay, you guys have a good weekend. And like I said, I'll be back on Sunday. Thanks again for taking time out of your evening to be with me today. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you again soon.